So I would say we were all a little nervous with her coming in because she had publicly kind of said that the show wasn't for her and she didn't know if like she should do it. And then all of a sudden the show did well and then she came back in. So we were all like a little skeptical. Also, she was a part of Taylor's past and there's so much history there. And so I would say the group was like a little nervous and unsure, but she definitely, paid her dues and went through the ringer trying to get into Mom Talk. So you guys will see how that unfolds. But it's always scary to bring someone new into a friendship group because we are so tight and it's solidified. So it was hard for her to break in, I'll say that. So I had only met Chase one time before that, so I didn't know how he was. I had heard things, but he's dating my good friend. So I was like, I invited her, she's gonna bring him, so like I can't uninvite my friend. So I was kind of put in a weird situation, but I truly thought we could all be adults. I'm like, it's just like, it'll be fine. Like they'll just avoid each other. I couldn't have been more wrong. Yeah, I was confused because, I don't know how much you see in the show, but Jen had told Demi and I that she wanted to do Chippendales as exposure therapy for her and Zach. And she was like, we're in a way better place. It would be so funny. And then to not tell him was shocking because we were like, wait, this was honestly almost your idea. Like you were so down for it. Like, so we were just really confused. But I think what was really going on was her and Zach were still struggling, but she wasn't wanting us to know that. So she put on a brave face to us and kind of put on a front that they were doing well when behind the scenes they weren't. And I think she maybe just thought if she didn't tell Zach, it wouldn't happen, but that kind of backfired. Yeah, back when we had that go down, we were just so confused because we were like, there's no reason to lie about that. But I do kind of chalk it up to Jen was in a hard place emotionally. Her and Zach had been through the ringer, and I feel like whenever Jen would say things that maybe weren't 100% true, I think it always comes from a place of people pleasing, not wanting conflict, and trying to cover for something else. It always was good intentions. It just didn't land that way, So I think it was maybe to like deflect from something else. I don't know. I've still been trying to figure it out, but I do know that like Jen doesn't mean any harm, but at the time it was very confusing. Well, the first thing is that I've always just like lived my life publicly. It's a big part of my business is to just share my life. So I just felt like I like sharing what I go through because it might help someone if they were considering doing it and had questions. And then B, I feel like it would be really hard to hide that I did that because it's obvious, it's on my face. So I would rather be the type of person that just owns it and talks about it rather than like, I've never had work done, I don't get Botox, I don't do this, and set an unrealistic standard for beauty. Like, no, let's talk about what we do because some people may do it, some people may not, and that's okay. I think I'm good. I would say that like people always warn against getting plastic surgery because it's a slippery slope and you could get addicted and do so many crazy things. But I just had a few specific things I knew I wanted done and that was it. So I'm not trying to go crazy. I just wanted to look like an enhanced version of myself, not a different person. So I feel like right now I feel good.